Hey guys, Archie Luxury on the Paul Pluta channel doing paid reviews. And today I'm doing some paid reviews for my good friend Mark. And today's question is, what do you think is the best sub 10,000 world time, new or used? I prefer the true world time, where you can see every time and every time zone around the world at a glance. I know you love your world time, the Patek, but it's a bit out of my price range at the moment. Thank you so much, Mark, there. Yes, it's an interesting complication, the world time itself there. I think the most famous out of all the world time watches, you would have to give the points to Patek Philippe. I think they have the most iconic classic world time, and it's interesting to note it's become a modern classic. Patek Philippe released the modern world time, the 5110, in 2000, which isn't that long ago. It's the new millennium, but that's sort of become a modern day classic. And there's been a number of, in recent times, a number of makers have jumped on the bandwagon, and there's a few that really come to mind there. Some interesting pieces. There's obviously JEWELLERY. We'll talk about that in a minute. JEWELLERY. There's also some other contenders. Gerard Perregay has had some very interesting world time pieces. In the top end, Basher and Constantine, they actually had a world time which, instead of Patek having the 24 different time zones, they had one with 36 time zones, which gives you a few more time zones for half-hour intervals. So that's a 36 time zone piece. But when it comes to bang per buck world times, I think there's been some interesting developments. Gerard Perregay, which is not really a brand I love. I kind of have a bit of a love-hate relationship with that brand. Is it a brand or is it a shitter? Baume & Mercier, which, you know, Baume & Mercier's always been a bit dormant, but they've released an interesting version. I think it's the Capeland. Another maker who's had a world time is Breguet. Breguet has a world time. Look, let's jump on to Chrono 24. Let's have a look what is available and see what is good. Bang per buck, so to speak. Okay, let's take a look at Chrono 24. And what I've done is, on Chrono 24, I've decided, Mark's question is, what do you think is the best sub $10,000 world time? So I assume he's talking US dollars. So what I've done on Chrono 24 is I've set the price range to 8,000 and 22,500. So let's have a look what comes up. And if we search low to high, let's take a sticky beak here. Now we're gonna deal with dealers in the Western world, dodgy countries like Russia. We're gonna try and give a wide berth. What comes up here? Well, let's have a look. We've got a Gerard Perregay world time. I don't know if I like the blue and the the purple and the red. I know it's the Pepsi kind of thing, but it just doesn't really sing to me. One thing I like here, this is in Hong Kong. We've got this lovely JEWELLERY Master Compressor world time. Now, Mark did say he wants all the countries displayed, and this doesn't quite do that. It only shows you a small a small segment of countries there, which okay, yes, Mark, but I have to include this because I think this is a really nice watch. It's the JEWELLERY master compressor, world time, automatic. It's $8,500 US. It's on a steel bracelet. Look at this. I think this is a really beautiful watch. JEWELLERY, just phenomenal quality. Well, nicely made. Just a nice piece here. Automatic. It's in Hong Kong itself. There. Steel. Let's have a look here. 43 mils. I think that is a gorgeous. I think that's a gorgeous world time. Okay, it doesn't give you the full clasp. Let's just have a look and see what else we can get from here. There's an American dealer. It's got a Gerard Perregay. This is more vintagey looking. I quite like this world time here. Gerard Perregay world time, WWTC power reserve. So it's got an interesting. I don't know whether it needs a power reserve on the dial. I think it may make it very busy. Looking at the back of this, all I can say is that display back. It's kind of ugly how they've done it. This clasp here just reminds me of a JEWELLERY clasp. I don't know. It just doesn't scream. I don't love this piece. I don't love it. I mean, Gerard Perregay. It's kind of one of these bullshit. It's got a nice box. It's got a nice wooden box there. Okay. The watch itself I quite like. It's got the crown at the 3 o'clock, and at the 9 o'clock it's got the adjustment for the different zones, that's how the original Patek Philippe world time was in the 50s, 60s era. I do think it's got a bit too much going for it. I like a world time without a date. But hey, beggars can't be choosers here. This is $8,500. It's a fairly nice watch here. It's 41 mils, so nice size. It's white gold. Look at this, really. It's a white gold world time. I mean, where can you get a white gold world time? $8,500. I mean, that is amazing bang per buck. Amazing bang per buck. 41 mils. Yes, I think that's. Look at this here. Its retail is $31,800. Wow, what are they selling it for? $8,500. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Discount 69%. Jesus Christ. Gerard Perregay. That's just atrocious values there. If we have a look, we were talking about the JEWELLERY world time, then look at this here at Demacy. Demacy is very famous. They've actually got a JEWELLERY master compressor extreme world time. Look at this. It's got all the countries on the dial there, all the zones. Look at that. This is what you were after. This is for just under $9,000 US. I think this would be the pick if it was me wanting a sub $10,000 world time. I don't think you can get past this. This is amazing bang per buck. Amazing bang per buck. So let's have a look. What else have we got here? Gerard Perregay. It's just different versions. That's the world time WWTC. Okay, what else have we got here? Let's have a look. More blinged out things. No, that's not really my cup of tea. We've got some smaller brands. Arnold and Son. Stay away from these boutique bullshit brands. And here we go. We've got a brand I really do love. It's the Breitling Transocean. The Breitling Transocean. Take a look at this. This is really an amazing bang per buck piece. $10,500. I just love it with the Milanese shark mesh bracelet there. Look at that. That is just superb. This is very, very. I love the world map there. I know some people say it's a bit cheesy, but I quite like it. Stainless steel. This is fairly new, 2017. This is like buying new. Steel. And it's $10,500 US, 70-hour power reserve, 46 mil case. She's a big baby, but That's I do quite like that. What else have we got happening? We've also got, look at this. Speaking of JEWELLERY, look at this. We have got a JEWELLERY geophysics. Look at this. How's this? 11,000 world map there. This is done just so beautifully done. That's just a $11,000. It's in, this here's in steel. 11,000 US dollars. I think that's good buying. I can't criticize that at all. $11,000. What else have we got? The funny thing is, look at this. We're getting into some used watches here. We've got a JEWELLERY 18K men's. Now I know it's not the full world time, but look at this. 12,000, just under 12,000 US dollars, and we've got a JEWELLERY men's 18K master control geographic world time GMT. Now I think this is sensational buying. Look at this piece. We're talking 18 carat. JEWELLERY. I'd much rather have a JEWELLERY than a bloody Gerard Perregay on my wrist. 18 carat. This would have been a big expensive watch, and it's $12,000. I mean, that's not ridiculous, is it? Is that ridiculous? I think it's I don't know why they're using the dummy hand there. But look at this beautiful deployant clasp. Well done indeed. 12, just under 12,000. 18 karat gold. What a beautiful world time. That's $12,000. Then we start to get, we've got the the Borman Mercier Capeland. Now I don't know why. Why would you buy a Borman Mercier Capeland? This is, and okay, it's 18 karat. I know this is like a new. I suppose it's new. It's new. Okay, it's new. I'd much rather have the JEWELLERY. I'd much rather have the JEWELLERY. I mean, that's not to say this is garbage, but it's 44 mil. Go with the JEWELLERY. Don't even look at this here. That's bad advice there. As we start to go up in price, there's some interesting heads. What's it? Anderson Geneve 1880. I mean, that's got a nice dial on it, but you gotta buy. You gotta stay away from these bullshit sort of brands here. Here we go. Here's an interesting piece. The Breguet Marine World Time. Hura Mundi 18 karat yellow gold. Now I gotta say this. I quite like this watch here. I do love my Breguets. It's very reminiscent, the case, in that there's very similar to the Type 20, but it's in solid gold. $13,000. I mean, Breguet is such a cool brand name there. So in many ways, that's pretty damn amazing. That's where my heart would be going. As we're spending more here, we can get I think this is a beautiful, the Breitling Transocean in 18 karat. That's beautiful. That's kind of, then we're getting into solid gold. This is okay. We're getting far too ahead of ourselves here. We're getting far too expensive indeed. But as you can see, there are some amazing world times. Within the same grasp, there's a steel Vacheron Constantin overseas world time. Look at this. It's absolutely beautiful. This is a cool. Look, I know it's double the money you wanted to spend, but I just had to mention it. 43.5 mil. What a cool. I think the cool watch out of these here would be, you'd have to go pre-owned. For bang per buck, you would have to go pre-owned, and I would be inclined to say I reckon the best. Hi guys, Archie Luxury channel, Paul Pluta channel, and my good friend Tan Zillan answering super chats It's not about the money. It's not about the money. I feel like I'm doing my passion. Tanzilin, simply the best. And he's got another one for you here. How's this? It's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's my passion. Scheitling on time. Simply the best. Now, guys, I got to tell you, I struggle to survive full-time on YouTube. Please look in the description below for 10 ways you can keep me full-time on YouTube. Guys, I really need your help. Please consider getting a paid video review. I'll do a review on any watch, any question you want. Guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. You can sponsor me for as little as $1 a month. $1 a month, and that just keeps me going on full-time on YouTube. Guys, you could also, I do phone calls. You can talk to me for an hour on the phone, Skype or WhatsApp, for $50 US. Guys, I really do need your help to stay full-time. Men cannot survive on Google Ads alone. Please help me. Please help me stay full-time on YouTube. And guys, don't forget that it's not about the money. It's my passion. Scheitling on time. Simply the best. Tanzilin, thank you. That's a sponsored bit from Tanzilin. I can do that for $150 a month if you email me directly. Look below for my email address, guys.
Okay.